Hi there, you sent me a TOEFL writing practice test a few hours ago, and I'm looking at it right now. So I'm settling on a score of 375 out of 5, or 24 points out of 30. So I think the main thing is you have some problems with sentence formation and word choice that may result in lack of clarity, occasionally obscure meaning. You have accurate but limited range of sentence structures. Maybe not that, but probably this is the one area I think is the reason I scored you in the 3 range, a high 3, not a low 3. I think it's a pretty good essay. All right, so let's take a look at it, and as I go, I'm going to make some corrections. The commercial sector is one of the most crucial sectors in our lives. Therefore, this sector should be monitored by the government to protect consumers. I absolutely disagree with the following statement. Businesses should do anything they can to make a profit for 2 reasons. Businesses will sell forbidden stuff, and prices of consumer goods may increase. Okay? If, in terms of forbidden materials, if the government allows businesses to do anything they desire, they will sell prohibited items. To illustrate, due to poor oversight in my city, unfortunately, some businesses used to sell cigarettes to children who are less than 18 years old. When I was in a big market in my town, I saw a, how about young teenager buying cigarettes with his friend. I was so shocked because I thought that selling cigarettes was only for adults and not for children or teenagers. In fact, I went to the cashier to advise him to avoid selling cigarettes to non-allowed categories. I would say to avoid selling cigarettes, just say to teenagers here, I think, because teenagers not a category. But he did not accept my advice because there wasn't a law in my city that prevented that. Fortunately, there is a law now which bans selling cigarettes to those who are under 18 years old. If the government issued this wise law, businesses would have been, you want to say, prevented from. So if the government had issued this wise law, businesses would have been prevented from selling cigarettes to teenagers. Hence, many young people would not have been placed in dangerous situations. In terms of increased prices, many businesses will raise, not rise. I'm going to say raise the prices of consumer goods when they have opportunities to do that. For instance, when the government announced that all business sectors must pay a tax for each worker, the SCOTUS So when the government announced that all business sectors must pay a tax for each worker, I'm going to get rid of I'm not sure what you mean here, but you could say this. A lot of sectors raise the prices of consumer goods such as meat, chicken, rice, eggs, milk, and so on. For example, the price of a pound of beef last year was 30 SR. However, the price of the same amount of beef in these days is more than 70 SR. Similar to the meat, the price of rice has become, I would just say too expensive, not too much expensive, has become too expensive now. The price of rice has increased 100% compared. Okay, similar to meat, the price of rice has increased 100% compared with its price before the government decided to issue the individual tax for each worker in business sectors. To fix this tragic problem, the government has to step in and make a strong decision to protect its consumers by restricting how much businesses can charge for essential goods and services. So I'm going to put this because you're kind of saying they shouldn't be allowed to do whatever they want, right? To sum up, the government must not allow, don't use an infinitive after a modal, must not allow business sectors to do anything they can to make a profit because its decision will urge businesses to sell prescribed items like cigarettes. In addition, this conclusion will force business sectors to increase the prices of consumer goods. Therefore, a countless number of people will suffer to provide their needs. So I think overall it's a pretty good essay, but just consider I did have to make quite a few changes with your word choice and sentence structure, which is why I gave you the score that I did. All right, thank you.